Hi there. Hope you're having a great Friday so far. We are in Friday's edition of Journey Through the Gospel, and today we're in Luke chapter 10. And what is the most important thing that we should do in life? I mean, yesterday we looked at what is the most important question, and that was who do people say that Jesus is? But today I want to look at what is the most important thing that we should be doing in life. There are so many things that we could be doing. There are so many things pulling and vying for our attention, but what is the most important thing that we should be doing? We see in this picture, right at the end of the chapter, with two women, Jesus goes to their house, Mary and Martha, and we see what they're doing. And let's look at this. Starting in verse 38, as Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do all the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed, and Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." Now, in this story, as we are leading up just a week away from Thanksgiving, I kind of see in this story what happens around Thanksgiving time. I mean, people are coming over for dinner. There's food to be made. There is cleaning around the house that needs to be done. I mean, there is a lot of work that has to be done in order to have a lot of people over. And so Mary and Martha, they're having Jesus over to the house. And we see a couple of things happening, though, in this story. Jesus comes over. We see Martha, who is up, and she is working, busy. She is trying to make preparations for everything. I mean, she is working hard. And Mary, on the other hand, Mary is at the feet of Jesus and just spending time with Jesus, just listening to Jesus, just being with him. Martha, if you have been in that situation where you've been working hard and you see somebody that's supposed to be helping you and they're sitting around watching TV or something, you would probably get a little upset and irritated going, "Here I am working hard, why aren't you doing something?" And so that's kind of what happens. She gets upset that Mary isn't doing anything. In her mind, she's not doing anything. I'm doing all this work and Mary's just sitting there doing nothing. And she says to Jesus, she says, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work of myself? Tell her to help me. Jesus, can't you see that I'm doing all this hard work? I'm working hard. I'm trying to get all this stuff done. And Mary's just sitting there. She's not doing anything." And Jesus says to her, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better." And here's what Jesus essentially is saying to her. You know what, Martha? There are a lot of important things that you should be doing and could be doing. Yeah, it's true that, we're having this dinner and, there's a lot of things to be done and important things that could be done. But you know what Mary's doing? She's doing the right thing. She's doing the most important thing. She's spending time with me. And the point of it is this, is that, the thing that is the most important thing that we could do in our life, if you remember the Great Commandment, a lawyer comes to Jesus and says, "What's the great commandment? What's the most important thing we should do?" And Jesus said, the great commandment is this, to love the Lord your God with all of your heart, soul, mind, and strength. He said that's the most important thing. And that's what Mary is doing in this. Mary is showing Jesus her love for him by her time. There were so many other things that she could be doing and that maybe she should have been doing. But at that moment, the most important thing that she felt she needed to do was to be with Jesus. And you know what? That is still true in our lives. The most important thing that we can do in our life is to spend time with Jesus, to spend time in prayer, spend time in his word, just to spend time at the feet of Jesus, spending time with Him. You know what? There's always going to be laundry to do. There's always going to be stuff around the house that needs fixed. There's always going to be things that need to be done around the house. There's always going to be things that you could do, that you have to choose whether or not you're going to do this instead of that. I mean, there's so many things that you could do, but the most important thing that you can do is spend time with Jesus. Because here's what I have learned in my life, that when it comes to time and money, that we will find the time and we will find the money to do what we want to do. As busy as we are, if there's something that we really want to do, we will find the time to do it. If there's something that we want to buy, we will find the money to buy it. Even if we say we don't have the money, we'll find the money somewhere to do it. And spending time with Jesus, if we see it as something important, then we will find the time. We will make the time to do it. So I encourage you to be like Mary, and in all of your busyness, to spend regular time with Jesus in His Word and in prayer. And you know what? That other stuff will still be there when you leave your time with Jesus. But you know what? Time with Jesus is never wasted. It's never wasted. And in fact, in my experience, it's made the rest of my day even better by that time I've spent with Jesus. So I encourage you to find that time. Spend some time with Jesus this week and in the weeks coming up. And that's going to do it for today. On Monday, we're going to start in Luke chapter 11 with week 11. And I hope that you have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday.